Hello everybody, my name is Anthony, welcome back to Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4 as Mexico in the Man the Guns DLC. Let us continue on from where we last left off. So, where did we last left off? It has been a few days since any of this series has actually been uploaded. I will be trying to upload like a lot more frequently if you've been following into the channel updates in the little community tab. We're going to be doing a lot more Hearts of Iron 4, so hopefully there's going to be an episode every single day of all of the Hearts of Iron 4 series going into the future. So anyway, what the hell are we doing? We have research a lot available. So it's August 1938. Are all of you stuff done? This is going to be done in 39. Research speed plus plus 3%. Sounds pretty good to me. It's a little bit late. It's already August, but that is fine. So we're still going on speed 5. Bangladesh and Pakistan. It's white assigned a white piece. So does Bangladesh exist? It does. They've already gotten their independence from Pakistan. Again, like 40 years early, but that's okay. We're not going to hold that against them. Sikh has joined the Comintern. So I think China and the Soviet Union might just be going to war right now. Is that what's going to happen? Is there going to already be a major war in the world? Well, it really depends on if the Soviet Union wants to get involved against China. And also communist China. It's like a really weird situation. Or probably with the Japanese, actually. But considering that the Japanese are also communists, it's a very odd situation we got going on. Yeah, so the entire Soviet Union has now aided Xinjiang against the Chinese. 60 to 91 divisions. So yeah, how is this going to completely change the way... I'm going to actually slow down the game a little bit. How is this going to completely slow down the way this game works? I'm not too sure. Actually, I wanted to try something. Can I change controls here? I can't, not at least in this menu. So never mind. I was going to do something with my mouse, because I do, like I said in another video, I'm not too sure you know which one, but I do have a new mouse. It's got a lot more buttons on it, so I was wondering if I can, like... I mean, this increases by plus and minus, but those are awkward keys. So I was trying to kind of put that on my mouse, and maybe I can figure out how to do that in the future. We got some unassigned divisions. Again, I'm just going to put everybody onto this border in the south for now. I mean, at some point, we're probably going to go to war with, focus on Europe. Probably going to go to war with Germany or something like that, but right now, I actually can't join any factions. I mean, there's, like, not really any factions. There's the Commonwealth of Nations, but that only has a handful of the, previous... And there's also Czech Entente. I kind of forgot about those guys. But it's like, I can't join their faction. There's no world tension, and also, there's no reason that Mexico would join the Commonwealth, apparently. Which is an insult, because of course there's valid reasons for us to want to join the Commonwealth Party. But I don't know if they're ever going to get involved in declaring war on Germany or anything like that. So the United States might have to create their own alliance. But also, I'm trying to create my own alliance as well. So I have no idea what's happening. Because we want to get realpolitik. The Fourth International. Support of Trotsky. Stalin has joined growing support from Trotskyism across abroad. By additional assassinations. Fantastic. So is France now? They're communists as well, right? Are they in their Fourth International? No, they haven't quite yet. But France is supposed to be going... Wait, no, they're going fascist. Poland and France are going fascist. I kind of forgot about that. I'm not too sure what I said everybody's focus is to be. We can modify our government here. We have 166 points, but would it be better to save these to go just straight into war economy? I'm going to actually just save these points for now. Spend them a little bit in the future. There's also some decisions. Anything here that actually helps us? Press censorship, more support for our political party, but I think our political party is already taking up. Free People's Republic of Manchukuo has declared war on the Japanese People's Republic, so they're also communist against these communists, and these communists are against these communists. It's a, you know, it's a situation going on in East Asia right now. Are you also in the war? You are. So I don't think China can really... They want to help... They want Germany to help them. But I really don't think... I mean, it's going to be a weird situation. Soviets probably going to puppet China. Which would still put, I think, Mao in charge. Unless he's dead. I'm not too sure what's going on here. Yeah, they declared their independence. So are they going to be able to withstand? Like, because they're not at war with this Japan. They're only at war with this Japan. I believe, at least. Yeah. So it's a weird situation. But what actually happens, though, is if the Japanese People's Republic loses, this Japan, like, does not have a focus tree. So Japan's kind of just dead weight if the communists actually lose this, which I think they're going to because of what these guys have done. Again, it's weird because they're also... I don't know. I don't know. National focus set. What do I want to do? I mean, it doesn't really matter which one of these I'm going to do if I'm going to go down Repolitik. The National Spain will like us a little bit. Plus 25 political power. Or Republican Spain likes us a little bit. But place Catholic state with powerful church. What do you do? Support the Spanish right. Fascism goes up by 10%. Land and air doctrine. Are they both do the same thing? War support and also goes up. Base stability goes up. We don't get the land doctrine. But why does the powerful church go up in here? I was thinking 5% stability. That's just 25 political power, which I don't really need at the moment. But plus 3% considered factories was also bad. Catholic state with powerful church. So I think it actually decreases the strength of the church. So that's probably why it goes up a little bit. Stability will go up a little bit as well. Well, either way, it's 10%. And, well, they're both pretty low, and our democracy is growing anyway. So it doesn't really matter which one of these we choose. I mean, might as well go for you. Because the Republicans are going to lose the Spanish Civil War. There's no question about that. And 100%, that's just a free research. And those researches take, like, a year almost. So, all in all, it's probably the most worthwhile one. And then we go to Realpolitik and try to maybe make our own, like, Mexican alliance. And I have no idea what we're actually going to do with that. But we will have it. Which I guess is a good thing. Yeah, so I don't really want to do any of those. And you're just for anti-fascist raids. Well, we're not going to do that quite yet. We might do it after this is finished. I mean, it's only going to take 35 days. And then we'll get a decision to support the Spanish right. It just gives them weapons. And again, the war looks pretty one-sided if you ask me. So there's no reason to give them any support. I wonder what's going to happen here. I mean, you have more troops. I mean, it's about even. It's just that I think the AI is going to get too caught up trying to defeat Manchukuo. So they're just going to be destroyed. Good work there, guys. Actually, it looks like China might be winning. Maybe. I mean, it might just be a stalemate. But I think also by the Soviets being completely distracted by what's going on in China, the West is completely open. So, like, Germany attacked Russia. I don't think they can do that anytime soon. But if they theoretically did that, Polish militarism, or like they declared war on somebody. Okay, no, so now they've joined the Comintern. So now Soviet Union's at war with the other Japan. It's a really, I mean, that actually might mean. So now Japan's joined the Chinese United Front. What? I don't understand. Nothing makes sense over here. Is this Japan also going to join the Soviets? I think this Japan might join the Comintern. I'm not too sure how it's going to work out, but I'm 99% sure this Japan's going to win. It's just a I don't know. I don't know how to describe what's happening on that side of the world. I mean, we'll keep our eye on it because it's fascinating. Italian diplomatic isolations, diplomatic relations between Italy and German Empire have taken a turn for the worst. The British have been plotting. So yeah, the British are trying to have a wedge between the Italians and the Germans. And actually, they're actually just going to ally with Germany. But they actually don't have a faction yet, so I'm not too sure how that's going to all work out. So Realpolitik, 70 days. It'll be done around the end of the year. So is it going to be an alliance? Alliance with Germany. Again, they still for some reason have Malaysia as a puppet state. I feel like that is an issue. Like, that's not supposed to be how it actually goes, but... So yeah, there's going to be a German oil worker strike. Stability goes down, or political power. What? Let's get lower stability a little bit. Because we have 242 political power, which is quite a lot. Allow us to enact like 2 reforms as soon as war breaks out. So, you know, as soon as, well, not quite yet, but when we get to 300, we can instantly go to, like, extended conscription and then war economy, or something like that. Off strategic services. Will the United States attack us? Honestly, I'm not too sure. And also, I'm going to move my armies up here. Mostly because I feel like the United States is a bigger threat than, obviously, anybody in Central America. Because I don't know what the American focus tree is really like at the moment. And if we're going to start up our, you know, Pan-Latin American alliance, the Hispanic alliance, then clearly we're going to invite Brazil. One of the following. We're going to try to make, like, some sort of grand alliance scheme with people in South America. And, you know, maybe we'll have, like, one massive alliance and we'll use that to try to conquer the world. We'll see how it goes. You know, the future is Mexican. Maybe. Potentially it is. Or it's going to end up with us being destroyed. One of those two things is going to happen. I'm not too sure which. So right now, Brazil likes us. Oh, no. Colombia likes us. Ecuador is democratic. Paraguay is not. Uruguay is. So I'm really just looking at who is your fascist. I mean, you're democratic. You're democratic. You're not. You're fascist. I mean, like, half of these people are democratic, so maybe they would want to join our alliance. And if we, you know, just so happen to invade all the fascists and the communists in Central and South America, then the whole, Oh, no, Japan has joined the Comintern. So now this Japan, this fascist Japan, is now also in the Comintern. Because of course it is, why would it not? It's just logically how the situation would go. You know, everybody could see that this was the natural end state of a massive war in the region. Fascist Japan allying with the Soviets to beat the communists. It makes perfect sense. Again, we just completely ignore what's happening over there. So you haven't gone fascist quite yet. You're at 51%. You have a non-aggression pact with the nationalists. So I'm assuming either they're going to have a civil war or the coup event's going to fire for the French relatively soon. I mean, they've gone through this. Well, let's just make them war goal goes down. Join Germany. But Germany's not fascist, so they can't do that. They can either go with their own alliance or they can go with the Italians. So there might be like a German-British alliance, a French-Italian alliance with the Polish, and then Yugoslavia is kind of doing its own weird shit. Okay, so they've lost. The Hirohiro's won the war, but of course they don't have a focus tree. But you're part of the national. But you're part of the Chinese United Front. That means you actually haven't lost the war yet. You've just capitulated. But it would also mean that China now has to invade all of the Soviet Union to get to Moscow. I don't. Ignoring everything on that. This, like, I want to ignore it, but it's just so fascinating. Like, what have I wrought upon this world? If we're gonna have an offensive line, it might as well get to, like, LA up to this river. Down to this river here. And then you can offensive line your way to this river down. And to me, that makes at least some sense. I mean, we're going to need to get more troops into the Brown Army. And we're only deploying 2 infantry at a time, which is pretty bad. I'll train up a little bit of tanks. Oh, I don't think we have any motorized divisions. Light tank, cavalry divisions. Can I put motorized in you? No, we don't actually have them researched. So maybe I should research the motorized divisions. But in the meantime, we'll just build like a handful of cavalry units, because why not? Just have them deploy here. I don't know how many tanks we even have. Like, I would assume not a lot. Or, I mean, we are making tanks. We're making 2 tanks a week. So, you know, if that tells you anything. We're slowly trying to build up our civilian economy. It's going, I would say, pretty badly. Is there anything in here we can do to make construction speed go up a little bit? Workers' condition actually makes things worse. You also make things not... I mean, it doesn't help us out at all. Oh, we did it! Apparently, I was already researching motorized divisions. I am really good at what I do. Okay, so we have another infantry. We'll assign him to that army. I'll now start to build up 2 motorized divisions, and I will start to build up the trucks. So right now, we're consuming nothing. The Navy and the Air Force aren't taking anything, and neither is the Land Army. Probably because we're not at war. I would assume these things don't actually go up until we're actually at war. Particularly with the trucks and tanks. I know the Navy and the Air Force, if you're doing the exercises, it does take the fuel. How about Cuba? Are you democratic? You're democratic. How long until Realpolitik is done? It's got 15 more days. I mean, we'll try to invite Brazil. Brazil, how much does Brazil actually like us? At peace with Brazil unlocks Hispanic solidarity decisions. Okay. So the decision pack is unlocked there. So Brazil, I'm actually going to improve relations with you. Not guaranteeing I want to improve relations with you at the time being. Because if we're improving relations with them, I believe that makes them more likely to accept. But it's also entirely possible that just these decisions that this unlocks will just give you certain conditions and then just immediately ally you. Like, I'm assuming this is again unlocked. We need Bolivian, yeah, the Bolivarian Alliance. Mussolini's expanded. So invite Brazil. You require the Hispanic Alliance. But then we can go down to March, annex war goal against a lot of people. Honduras, Guatemala, and El Salvador. Unify Central America. So this is basically just a lot of expansion. This is literally just attack and annex everybody. Live the Caribbean. Just annex literally everything. And this is just invade the United States. I'm surprised it's really just annex war goals against everybody. It's not even like puppet states. It's just annex outright everybody. So I'm guessing the Anglo-German alliance. The British and German governments have announced a pact to have mutual military assistance. Yeah, the pro-British rhetoric. So what's the alliance called? It's called the Central. Oh, the Central Powers have reformed. With Germany and you in it. Is anybody else in the alliance? Malaysia is, but that's also just because of like the really weird situation that's been happening. So the Central Powers have been reborn with Germany at its focus there. Of course, one of the following. I'm not in a faction, so I can't actually invite Brazil to the faction. I can create factions now, but I don't think anybody would want to join a faction. Like 80% world tension is needed to create a faction right now. We actually need 100% world tension to invite anybody to an alliance. Did it not unlock anything here? Church power. No, so the events that invite more people to the alliance doesn't unlock until we're already in the alliance? Or in a faction? Like, I'm pretty sure we can't create a faction on our own. Right, like I can't just, hey, I'm in my own faction. As far as I know, there's no way to do that. So that's disappointing, because until we can actually get ourselves into some sort of alliance, we can't invite Brazil to the alliance. I thought that would just invite them in, but I guess not. So we actually can't go down this. Oh no, we actually can't go down this street because we're not actually communists or fascists. Well, never mind. We're not going to invade everybody. My plans have been thwarted. Disappointingly. Is that almost the entirety of this tree done? We go down here. That's another free land doctrine, but apparently I've just chosen the exact wrong decisions everywhere to not really get too much of this focus tree, which is disappointing to say the least, but thanks everybody for watching. My name's been Anthony. If you enjoyed, remember to thumbs up. If you not enjoyed, throw a thumbs down. Remember to subscribe, and goodbye.